Patriots beat writer Zach Cox is here. Week 18, buddy. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm going to be very nervous. I'll be watching on pins and needles. My Mac Jones 10-1 Offensive Rookie of the Year ticket is all of a sudden not looking so hot because Ja'Marr Chase is the favorite. What needs to happen for me to cash that ticket?
Yeah, it's really not looking good at this point. It was looking good for a couple weeks there when Ja'Marr Chase really cooled down. I think it was a 5-week stretch, he only had about 200 total receiving yards. Went over that himself the last game. So, all signs really are pointing toward Chase at this point. And I think it has to be a situation where Joe Burrow isn't going to play in this game for Cincinnati. You'll probably have Brandon Allen in there. Chase finishes with, 2 catches for 15 yards. And then Mac Jones just really goes off in this game, throws for 275, 300 yards, couple touchdowns, no interceptions, and just really kind of leaves a really strong stamp on his rookie season. Then I think he has a chance of getting past Chase and moving back up into that, top spot. But I think it's pretty unlikely at this point, especially since it is such a kind of a narrative-driven award. The ascension of Ja'Marr Chase in this Bengals team, it really looks like it's his to lose at this point.
Yeah, I think the argument is Ja'Marr Chase is a superstar. Mac Jones at this point is not yet, and that's a very fair point. On the other side of that potential, if Ja'Marr Chase catches 3 touchdowns from Brandon Allen, I will light my ticket on fire because at that point, maybe Chase is more valuable than Joe Burrow is. As for the game, Patriots at the Dolphins, New England laying just under a touchdown, -6.5, and the total 40. Anything you like?
I'm staying away from the line on this one. It's just the Patriots are so unpredictable down in Miami, 2-6 in their last 8 games down there. Even the games that the Dolphins have played up in Foxborough lately under Brian Flores, they've won a couple of those. Most of the games that the Patriots and the Brian Flores Dolphins have played have been relatively low scoring. Both teams do have pretty good defenses, even though the Dolphins just gave up 34 points to the Titans last week. So I'm going to lean under on this one. It is a pretty low under, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of a sloppy sort of rock fight type game that does come in under that 40.
As we tape this on a Thursday afternoon, the books very hesitant to put up a lot of player props because of the potential for opt-outs. Maybe some players catch COVID over the next couple of days, so they haven't posted the props yet, Zach. But is there a Patriot you might look to play on by the time we get to kickoff?
I'm going to have my eye on whatever the number is for Ramondre Stevenson coming into this game. Damian Harris was active last week, but he's still dealing with that hamstring injury. The Patriots announced that he had a hamstring injury during last week's game, but I think it was a situation where they just didn't really want to give him a chance to re-injure that going into the playoffs. He didn't play at all in the second half. It was all Ramondre Stevenson in the second half of that Jaguars game. Wouldn't be shocked if that happens again this week, regardless of how the final score line turns out here. I think they know how important Damian Harris is to this offense in the playoffs. So I would not be at all surprised if they give him another light workload this week, which would mean another heavy workload for Ramondre Stevenson, which could mean another high yardage total for him. So depending on whatever that yardage total ends up being, whatever the over-under is there, that's something that I'm going to be looking at pretty closely here.
That's NESN's Patriots whiz, Zach Cox. Good luck, have a good weekend, and we will see you in the playoffs.
Absolutely. See you.